Richard ordered a set of green and purple pins. He received 60 pins in all. 18 of the pins were green. What percentage of the pins were green? So Richard ordered some pins and he received a total of 60 pins. Out of which 18 were green. So the number of green pins is 18. And we're required to find what percentage does it amount for. So a total of 60 pins, out of which 18 were green. Let's suppose that the percentage is X percent. So percentage of green pins equals X percent. Now we're assuming that this is X percent since we don't know what percentage it really is. Now we have all the important information that we need to solve this question. So let's see how we can use this information to solve for X. So a total of 60 pins and a certain percentage of that is equal to the number of green pins, which is 18. So X percent of 60 equals to 18. I can also say that X over 100 parts of 60. Whenever we're talking about an equation or an expression like this and there are two quantities that are separated by or have an off in between, what that really means is that we're supposed to multiply both of these quantities. So X over 100 multiplied by 60 equals 18. This is what the question is telling us, and we're required to find this X right here. So let's solve and find the value of X. Now I can say that we have two fractions over here. We have X over 100 and we have 60 over 1. I've added 1 as the denominator below 60 so that it's easy for you to follow through. Now since we have two fractions, we can multiply both of them, and the way to do that is to multiply the numerators first followed with the denominators. So multiplying 60 by X gives us 60X, and multiplying 100 by 1, anything multiplied by 1 is that same anything. So 100 multiplied by 1 is 100 equals to 18. Now again, 18 is a whole number, but I'm going to add a 1 in the denominator so that it's easier for you to understand what we're doing. Now since both of these fractions, this fraction right here and this fraction right here, they have this equals to sign in between, and what that means is we will have to cross multiply, which means we have to multiply 60x by this 1 that we added. So 60x multiplied by 1 is 60x equals to 18 multiplied by 100, which equals to 1800. And now since we're supposed to find X, let's make X the subject, which means we'll have to shift this 60 to the other side of the equals to sign, and when we do that, what we have on the other side now is 1800 over 60. So let's cancel out the zeros, and that gives us 180 over 6. Now let's see if both of these are divisible. 6 3s are 18, so if we add a 0, what this should give us is 180. 6 3s are 18 and we add the 0 and we get 180. So 6 30s are 180, and that is our answer. So X equals to 30. And since we're talking about the percentage of pins that were green, we're going to add a percent sign here. So X is 30%. What percent of the pins were green? 30% of the pins were green.